I think a lot of companies have taken this as a reflection point. They've seen how they fared through the COVID-19 pandemic, and they were reviewing what worked and what didn't work. I think a lot of companies, were very successful in still producing timely and accurate financial statements. I think when you look at the role of finance and how it has to be more strategic than just financial reporting, I think that's where some of the companies are going to look to build some more of their digital capabilities. How they still, analyze and predict from an FP&A perspective, future results, how they maximize supply chain, how they're doing the best job of maximizing capital. I think all of those different areas were very much stressed through this pandemic. And I think companies are going to look to say how they fared through the pandemic. And then to the extent they have to put improvement and transformation around those efforts that they didn't do as well, I think this is an excellent sort of test run for that. I think it's especially important because I think this is going to be the first time that companies really are going to get a pass. I think going forward, when we have future events or future pandemics, I don't think the market will be as forgiving when it comes to being able to provide external and internal customers the right information to make solid business decisions. I think to the extent that there's going to be regulator expectations that you do have the resiliency to get through these pandemics, I think that bar will also be raised. So I think this is an opportunity to do some reflection as far as how you fared within the pandemic and what you need to do improvements around. I think a lot of companies are also focusing on automation and what it means to be more mobile and automated in the world of finance. And I think some of those mobile tools work very, very effectively. I think other companies where they'll see gaps within the effectiveness of those tools will try to, provide more, transformation around automation. And I think companies need to keep in mind the foundations that makes automation successful. First, both, the data integrity of the information that you're trying to automate, the workflows association with that automation, the technology, and also the collaboration between the different departments. So making sure that that all works soundly will help you be very more successful in your automation transformation going forward. And I think also companies are looking at labor models. That traditional labor model of having all your employees, wholly owned employees, might be, companies have been thinking about potentially looking at alternative models, whether it's shared services, BPOs, managed services. I think there will be some acceleration to that because those are the levers that you can pull during a pandemic when people are displaced and people don't have access. You can pull on those other areas such as BPOs, managed services, shared services to provide some of those services when specific parts of your organizations are being stressed by pandemics and other focus areas.